Hello and welcome to another Roblox tutorial. So in this video, I will be showing you how you can add a tool switching delay in a Roblox Studio, like so. So I hope you guys enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you do, and let's get right into it. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is add a tool to the starter pack. And the reason I'm adding it to a starter pack is so you have it like in your backpack when you spawn in. You can manually add it to your backpack with code, like if you have a tool buying system. For the sake of this video, we're just going to put it in the starter pack. So I'm going to add a local script to this tool real quick, and also a part to this tool. And I'm going to name this part handle. It's just for visualizing what actually happens when you have like the tool in your hand. It's not really important, but most tools do have a handle, so we're going to use that. And first thing I'm going to do is actually zoom into the script. First, and then next, I'm going to define our tool, which is the script dot parent. And I'm actually going to name this script, let's say, the tool hider, because it's going to hide the tools when they're switched. And what we're going to put in here is an event, so tool dot unequipped, and we're going to connect a function. So what this event does is whenever you have a tool in your hand and you unequip it, this event will fire. So let me show you. I'm going to print unequipped. So if I play this, you can see if I hold the tool in my hand, nothing happens. It's outlined in blue, so that's how you know I have it selected. And you can see this part. But when I unequip it, you can see in the bottom right, it prints unequipped. So what we want to do is we want to tell the server to like store all of our tools in a like separate folder so that our character can't access it for a certain amount of time. And so this will add our tool switching delay. So in order to do that, we're going to have to make an event in replicated storage, a remote event actually in replicated storage, and we're going to name this the tool hider. And we're going to define this. So just as a good practice, we're going to find replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Reason I do this a lot of time is just so it gives my script time to load. It's just something pretty simple, but it's very reliable. So now we're going to define our tool hider event, and this is going to be replicated storage dot tool hider. Did I spell that wrong? I definitely spelled that wrong. You know, I'm just going to copy and paste that in. Copy and paste that in. There you go. So when our tool is unequipped, we want to fire tool hider event fire server. But what we also want to do is send the folder that our tool will be in. So just to show you, I'm going to play this real quick. And normally in Roblox, if my game loads, here we go. Normally in Roblox, your tools are stored in your backpack. So, but since this script is like already in the tool, we can just get the parent of our tool, and this will be like the little folder where all the tools are stored. So local tools folder is going to be the tool dot parent. And the reason we want the tools folder is because we want to hide all the tools when we switch or unequip something. So there's a delay between all tools. And I'll show you how this all ties together once we get over to the server script. So we're going to find the server with our tools folder. And so now let's go to server script service and create a normal script. And I'll also call this the tool hider, just because that's the name I've decided to adopt. And first thing we're going to do is again define replicated storage, which will be game get service replicated storage. There we go. And then we can define our tool hider. Tool hider event equals replicated storage dot tool hider. There we go. So what we don't want to do before we actually like define a receptor to this function, or like something that connects to it. We want to define an event that can just take all of our tools from one folder and put them in another. This will be useful in just a second. So we're just going to say, name this function local function change tools parent, and it's going to take in the tools folder that we have and the new parent folder that we want to change it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to say for I tool in pairs tools folder, we're going to do tool.parent equals new parent folder. And you may be asking, well, what if it's not a tool that we're like checking for? I mean, honestly, your tools are never going to be anywhere other than your backpack and your character, and since you're unequipping them, they will always be in your backpack when this function is called. So we can just, I can take the liberty to do this without adding some extra code that checks if this tool item is actually a tool. But just keep that in mind. So now we have to add a listener. I said receptor earlier, that was kind of stupid. This is called an event listener to our tool hider event. So tool hider event dot on server event. We're going to connect a function, and this function is going to first make sure to first take in the player, because the server always gets sent the player who calls like the function, and we need the tools folder that they send us. So now that we've defined that, we want to create a new folder. This will be where we will store all of our tools when we are hiding them so the player can't equip them. Because, by the way, I'm not sure if I explained this earlier, but tools cannot be equipped if they're not in the backpack. So this whole concept is that whenever we unequip a tool, we're going to put the parent of the tool to somewhere other than the backpack. In my case, I'm going to use server storage. And then after a certain delay, we'll add them back to the player's inventory. So, or backpack, I guess I could say, so they can't like access it. So in this new parent folder, we're actually going to make it instance.new folder. And we don't really have to name it since it's going to be pretty temporary. We're going to parent the new parent folder to game.server_storage. And again, we don't have to name it since we're going to delete it in just a second. So now we're going to change the tools parent from our tools folder that the client sends to the new parent folder. So this will make it so that the character, or the player I should say, cannot access their tools when this happens. And we're going to wait, let's just say 3 seconds, and then we're going to reverse that. I'm going to change tools parent, and we're just going to invert the arguments. So we're going to take the new parent folder and then tools folder. There we go. And then we're going to do new parent folder destroy. And we don't really have to check if it's there because we know it's like going to be there all the time. So what this will do is when we unequip our tool, it will send an event. This will receive the event. It'll say, oh, we have the tools folder where all of our tools are stored. Let's change all the tools to a new parent so our player can access them. Let's wait a few seconds. This will be our delay. This value right here is our delay between equipping and unequipping. And then we'll put them back into the player's inventory so they can equip them. So let's try this out. Let's play this. So I have the tool equipped right now. And when I unequip it, oh, it errors. Let's check this out. We have to do get children. My bad. This is a good example of the development process, just a very simple error. Because what I'm sending here in the change tools parent, we have the tools folder, and the folder itself is not a list, so we have to get all the children of this tools folder. So now that we've set that, let's try it again. Hopefully it won't error. We equip it, and we unequip it, and then look, it disappears from my hotbar. And it'll take 3 seconds, and then boom, it comes back. So I equip my tool, you can see this again. You know, I got this tool, I can run around, do whatever. And if I unequip it by pressing 1, like I'm pressing 1, or I can just click it, it'll take it away and then give it back to me 3 seconds later. And if I spam this, it still works. You can hear me spamming my 1 key. So you can't like cheat the system. And just to show you, I'm going to take this tool right here and just duplicate it a few times. If I play this, this is the real use for this sort of thing, is because if you're switching between multiple unique tools or guns or whatever, you can't like switch through them like very easily. So you see, I try to equip one of them, and I switch, and like I just can't equip both of them at the same time. So this is super cool. Nice little delay when you're trying to switch tools. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a pretty simple idea. I actually created this just a few days ago. One of my subscribers asked me about it. So it's a pretty cool concept. I haven't tested it a lot, so it may be buggy. I don't think it's buggy, but I think it'll work. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment them down below because again, this is a new system. It's super useful though. I hope you guys use it in your games whenever you need to. And I hope you guys have a nice day and goodbye.